Boom, here we go, BattleRap.com. My name is BattleRap Chris. I'm here with the legend,
What's going on, man?
the returned legend,
Yes.
the prodigal son returned, etc. Introduce yourself.
Iron Solomon. Peace, man. Glad to be here.
So, beautiful background. I just noticed.
Yeah, I painted this
Yeah, is that what you've been up to?
earlier today.
It's not that. It's hotel art. That's like.
I hate hotel
It's
art.
like
Yeah.
bad. So we're here in the Holiday Inn. It is after the press conference. It's day zero of Blackout 6. Your second battle since coming back after all the time off. You battled Daylight. Now you're about to battle Dizaster. You've faced off with him. You've seen the beast in the flesh. What was your impression of him?
I Diz is like himself off camera the way he is on camera and in battles, and it's a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean? So I think it's nice to do that face off and just ease into that shark-filled water that is his mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he's
Into the tornado.
Exactly. Try to just go with the flow, and I don't come from an era where we even did press conferences, and I was never someone that did like the talking shit pre-battle. It never felt comfortable to me, so I don't really like show out at those. I just try to be myself and say what I think, but I think he's being himself too in that. So
I thought both of you said a lot of really interesting things in the press conference. I thought he was very respectful, and his seemed focused.
Yeah.
A kind of a broad laser focus.
Sure.
Rather than like the whirlwind of fury that he
Yeah.
often is. And I thought you as well seemed very composed, very ready. There was one moment that made me laugh where Diz was like, "Yeah, everything's gonna be fine, and like I'm not like trying to take this guy's head off, and like I mean maybe like in the heat of the battle like I'll like grab his neck or something." And like, do Dizaster's a guy who has been known previously to fly off the handle, who has a
Sure.
temper. Is that something that you have to take into account as you prepare your performance?
I think as much as he is like spontaneous like that, a lot of that stuff is calculated and part of the show. And like, I come from this era we were doing it in the street with no. I went alone, and there's some of the videos that I've seen of myself when I was younger are like, my Jewish mother is like having a heart attack, picturing me, yelling at this dude and telling him he's a pussy, and he has like a $150 across his face.
Right.
So, I think I know that Diz, even tonight in the press conference, he's like, yo, don't look at me as the person that swung on math. I think that he recognizes that, there's a place and a time for that, and he is focused on making this battle great, and I think that a physical altercation between us would not contribute to that. And I don't think he wants to miss the opportunity to make it a great moment in battle rap as opposed to just a spectacle.
Yeah, absolutely. The battle against Daylight, very, very well regarded. It was on our top 10 King of the Dot battles of the year, I think.
That's dope.
Now I'm hesitating. I'm pretty sure it was. It probably was. It was a great battle. I guess, have you watched that battle back?
I watched it once and only like a couple weeks ago, to be honest.
Okay.
I have a hard time just watching myself on camera. It's tough.
Looking at the game tape, what did you learn? Did you feel like you need to change anything going into this battle?
I mean, it was obvious how fucking long my rounds were, which they weren't like that when I was running through them, and I think I just was rapping super slow, and I felt like some of the more intricate rhyme patterns or cadences that I had in my head or had in rehearsal didn't really come across because of the just kind of drawing it out, and but I'm happy with it. I mean, I think it was really good writing, being able to put the spontaneous stuff in the middle too, and seeing Daylight. I was excited to watch Daylight on the tape too.
Right.
It was dope. It was dope. I felt comfortable in the ring despite the little rustiness, and it felt like it looked comfortable on camera, and it was dope.
You have mentioned back in your era, back in the day. What are your thoughts on where battle rap is right now?
It's crazy. I think it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing that we have this platform and this outlet for Okay. It's just amazing that we have like a platform and an outlet like this. I think that one of the things that I see a parallel in now is like baseball, where you can get into baseball for the athleticism and you can watch a game and understand that these guys are great at what they do. But then a lot of people who are fans of baseball get into the legacy of the club and the narrative of my father was into this team and all of this stuff. So battle rap has become very kind of self-referential in a lot of ways, more so than ever. And so in some respects that raises the barrier of entry, because you're like, what are these guys talking about?
Yeah.
If you didn't see the last 3 battles, you might not get it, or you don't know the
last
gossip.
30 battles. I think
Right,
I've said you have to watch 1,000 hours of battle rap to get what's even like going on at the
Gladwell, yeah. So but at the same time, once you do break that threshold, there's that like baseball clubhouse narrative that you can latch onto of this history and this arc that's been documented, and it's like, it's parallel to just hip hop in general, where you have your Rakim and Eric. Like you just look at, okay, Run DMC, you might put it on and not understand where it fits next to Chief Keef, but if you understand that lineage, that's what it's made from. And so I think that now that battle rap has an evolution that's been documented, it's in such a cool place.
What is the most epic undocumented moment in battle rap that you have witnessed?
I mean, for me, the most epic undocumented moment was Subconscious versus C-Ray's Walls at Bragging Rights.
When was that? When and where was that?
It was at Wetlands, which is a now defunct, closed club in New York. My favorite club. They used to have, the Cannabis Cup shit there, and Bragging Rights was there all the time, and Black Lily. It was just a really dope music venue in New York. And it was probably 97, 98, you know what I mean? I'm sure PH was there. I'm sure Poison Pen was there.
And you're like a nobody at this point.
Nobody. Just a teenager, sneaking my weed in the club, putting my name in the hat, hoping that I get picked, because it was 8 guys that got pre-selected and then 8 people that got pulled from a hat, and tournament style over beats, and a applause meter to determine the winner. And so that was one of the most epic moments. Probably.
Why that battle?
For me, I think it was just that, like, hip hop was like I got into hip hop early, and then once you learn about kind of the idea of underground hip hop, like being something that's even underneath this underground thing that you already know about, then it becomes about digging for something that's exclusive, right? Exclusivity, uniqueness, something that's weird, but it's not off because it's weird. It's in pocket, but weird. And I felt like, going to Bragging Rights as an event for me was just the like gathering of all of these people that, like, dudes wearing polo a certain way, wearing North Face a certain way, spider jackets, like wearing the goggles, the ski goggles, and I think C-Ray's Walls being so just out there and weird and creative, and then Subcon also being another out there and weird creative dude. For me, it was just like these have to be 2 of the like coolest, like superhuman beings on the planet. You know what I mean? And it was so weird and so creative and so unique, that for me it was just that event as a whole, and definitely that one battle in particular stood out to me always as like, wow, these are 2 guys that are just so off in the best way.
But the crazy thing is that now you and Diz are exactly what you just described.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's hard.
You better live up to it, man. We'll end it there. There's going to be lots of time to talk, but I don't want to use up all the footage so far. Congratulations on your successful return to the scene. Always a pleasure.
Likewise.
Aaron Solomon
Merkin.